Hey there, everyone. It's another episode of Super Platinum Achievement. I'm Austin.
And I am Mitch.
And today we're going to be talking about what we want to see out of the next generation of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and, this is nothing, for sure. Nothing's, ironclad yet about a new Switch at all. This is just speculation. But it makes sense for it to happen.
So we're assuming with the new consoles coming out, we all know about that, PlayStation 5, Xbox One X, that we might see a new Switch.
Xbox
Series X. Sorry.
That was the last one.
It's all so confusing.
Sequel before.
The giant brick. Okay. But we kind of think, maybe Nintendo, usually they're in their own realm when it comes to consoles, but maybe they'll this time be more in line with the new consoles because, lately we've been seeing games released to the Switch that were on the other consoles, and which is kind of not a Nintendo thing, and I'd like to see more of that. Mm-hmm. The problem is with these new games coming out, the Nintendo is going to need more power.
I need more power.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the Switch as it is now probably can't handle what the next generation consoles will do, so it got us thinking, is Nintendo going to be in the game of next gen, or are they going to kind of do their own thing?
Yeah, and, to be honest, the current Switch can barely handle current gen.
Yeah, I mean,
The Witcher can't handle some of them.
The Witcher was a 540p, and
The Witcher. I've seen it on the Switch, and it looks great. Especially if you're playing handheld, you can't tell. It looks phenomenal. Yes, there is a significant difference between PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions, but it proved that the Switch can handle certain games with a little bit of a downgrade. Another one is Doom, and Doom Eternal. These are AAA title games.
Wolfenstein: New Colossus was in there.
Those are all.
a lot of big triple title games that made it to the Switch. So.
The Outer Worlds is going to be coming out.
Great game, by the way.
And I haven't played it yet. I know it's on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Which I might jump on.
have it. It's a great game.
But I was waiting for it to come out on the Switch because I want to be able to take it with me. But I know games like Red Dead Redemption 2, it probably just couldn't handle.
The current generation could barely handle that.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
But yeah, this got us thinking, what do you think what we will see in the next, maybe the Switch upgrade or Switch Pro or whatever they want to call it, and how would they handle that being Nintendo
Switch
doing
XL Plus.
The XL Plus or something. So we have a couple thoughts on that. We'd like to share them with you guys and just let us know what you think. So you want to go take it away?
Yeah, so first of all, the main thing would be power. The current Switch, as we just said, does not have enough power to keep up. And maybe Nintendo doesn't want to keep up. We don't know. They're doing their own thing, like Austin said. But I think the simplest way to solve that problem, and I am not in any way a big computer guy. I don't know the ins and outs of it all. But I know enough that this should work. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I would think releasing a Nintendo Switch Pro dock would be the most logical step, because then you could put it into this dock, and it would then boost the CPU, and maybe have a solid state drive in the dock as well. Yeah. So that basically putting your Switch in this dock makes it a newer generation console.
Which I think would be a great way for people that already have a Switch and don't want to upgrade.
They don't
way
have
for
to
them
pay.
To upgrade.
Without having to pay $300, $400, $500 for a new system. Yeah. They can pay, $100, maybe $150 for this new dock. Which is a small price to pay to be able to play, brand new games. Yeah. And Nintendo has done things like this, not with the dock, but done upgrades of their systems in the past with not just aesthetic things, but with power. That with the 3DS. They had the 3DS and then, 3DS XL. And then they had the new Nintendo 3DS, which had games specifically made that could not play on the 3DS. Yeah. Xenoblade Chronicles, the remake of that, or not the remake, but the port, could not be played on the 3DS, had to be played on the new 3DS, as one example. They're not against doing something like that, and I think that would be a great step for this one. Yeah. What's something you want to see?
So what I would see is, it's kind of along the same lines of that. I mean, have an upgraded system, but, if they do release one with maybe an upgraded dock, but then you could buy an option with a new Switch in it, then all of a sudden you have two Switches. What do you do there? And maybe instead of using Joy-Cons or something, that second Switch becomes a controller. Similar to what the Wii U kind of was. You got the on-screen with the dock, and then you got another screen in your hand, and you can do it that way. So I think that'd be a great way to, if there's no option to buy a just a dock only. You have to buy the whole system again.
Mm-hmm.
You can still use your old console as a controller.
Yeah, still gives somebody, it doesn't feel like they completely lost out there by having to buy a new system because they had something there.
So I can see that, because I mean, there was things that happened on the Wii U that were great that can't be done with the Switch, and I would like to maybe see if they can incorporate that into the Switch. I mean, like, the thing that comes to my head is Mario Maker.
Yeah.
I think Mario Maker was a better game on the Wii U than it was the Switch.
Yeah.
I can see them doing something like that. And, you know, the Switch, you know, has touchscreen and everything that doesn't get utilized as much. So maybe if it's a handheld controller, you'd have more touch capability and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea. And Nintendo is big on their dual screens. I mean, when the DS launched, that kind of became their thing.
Yeah, and then I can
Switch.
And I can see, like, if friends come over, all have Switches. That's their controller. They don't have to, you know, worry about getting a Joy-Con that's like doesn't fit in anyone's hands or anything like that. You know, I have several friends with Switches. And, you know, you all come to one person's house and you have your own controller.
Yeah,
I think it's a pretty cool thing. So
yeah, like the 3DS actually did that with Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
For the Wii U. You could use your 3DS as a controller for the Wii U. So something like that is, you know, awesome. And they've done it before with Game Boy Advance and the GameCube. So it's not out of their realm at all. I think that's an awesome idea and something I'd love to see as well.
Yeah.
Another thing, you know, besides the power and that awesome new feature that Austin mentioned would be screen resolution on a new Switch itself.
Yeah.
And, you know, screen size. I think they might, you know, narrow down that bezel a little bit more and take up the whole tablet.
Yeah.
And do something like that. But that's just a few things we'd like to see. Give us some ideas on what you guys would like to see in a new Switch model. Is Nintendo going to release a new Switch, or is it too soon for them just to release a whole new console at this point?
Yeah, would you be willing to buy the new Switch, and even if it has even if you have to leave your old Switch behind?
Yeah,
with these if it has the upgrades that you're looking for. I mean, let us know.
Tell us what you think. I personally would be, you know, a little bit hesitant to buy a new one so soon, because the current Switch has only been out for 3 years.
And especially someone like me who's only had it for a year.
Yeah,
you know, I wouldn't want to see a brand new one already coming out. So,
but tell us what you think. Definitely look forward to our next video. And like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and find us on Facebook. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See ya.